that down. Let's move on to this, shall we? Well, last night, the new Marvel Disney Plus live action show, Agatha All Along, debuted on Disney Plus. And we sat down and watched it. And I'll just tell you straight up. I thought it was quite solid. I thought it was really quite good. I really enjoyed it. And I've, a little conflicted going into it. I've always thought this show would be good, but I've thought that about a lot of Disney Plus shows. And a lot of Disney Plus shows disappoint us. Right? Just recently, we had Acolyte. We had Ahsoka. We had Secret Invasion. We've just had not great results from Disney Plus shows, particularly the Marvel ones. Some really great ones, many not so good. So how would they be able to do it? Now, also, take what we're going to say with a grain of salt. A lot of the Disney Plus Marvel shows start strong, even the terrible ones. She-Hulk, for example, I thought had a really good first episode. And what happened after that? I really like the first episode of She-Hulk. That can happen. So we are understandably only talking about the first 2 episodes of Agatha. But I got to tell you, man, I was really quite happy with it. One of the great things is when you realize, and this will be non-spoiler, but what I'm about to say happens literally in the first 1 minute of the show. And it's part of something you already saw in a trailer. Because in that one trailer, we see Agatha, who apparently has had her memory wiped or something like that. And she's still living in Westview, but now she's a cop. And we all saw that trailer where she goes to a murder scene. That's the very beginning of the show. And I was just kind of thinking, oh, she doesn't remember who she is, so she's kind of taken on this life. But then she runs into another cop who was the neighbor in WandaVision. And I'm like, wait a minute. And that's when it clicks in. She is literally living in a television show hex like they had in WandaVision. And only this one was a Mayor of Easttown show that she was living in. And what they call it, Agatha of Westview was the name of the show she was living in. And I loved it. The whole murder victim thing. I thought Aubrey Plaza was fantastic. I really like the kid. Sorry, not kid, teen. I really loved the teen. I liked the coven she assembles. It's, here's the thing. I talked about this a little bit. I did a first reaction live stream last night. And here's one of the big things. Compare it to, say, something like Acolyte. The major problem with Acolyte was that it just blew the fundamentals of good storytelling. Right? Nothing else that people with political agendas will tell you is right. None of that was the problem with the show. The problem with that show, what made it terrible, was it just blew basic fundamentals of storytelling and writing and structure. You had completely single-dimensional characters that all you had to do was hear one sentence from a character and you already knew everything you needed to know about that character. They never got any deeper, anything. And you know what? I listened to, Trey Parker, and what's the other guy who does South Park?
Matt Stone.
So Stone and Parker, I watched this video of them once. It was really brilliant. They were doing a writing class. And they were talking about, it's a very simple principle. I've heard other people say it too, but they put it really well. Where, like, if you want, the first building block of good writing is this. Writing should not be, this happens, then this happens, then this happens, then this happens. It should be, this happens, therefore this happens. As a result of this happens, therefore this happens. It sounds like a small difference, but when you're watching it, you can tell. When you watch something like Acolyte, every scene was this happens and this happens and this happens and this happens. But when you watched Agatha, you could just tell right away the writing was so much better. You could tell the narrative had proper flow. Every scene was this happens, which therefore this happens. As a result of this happens. The characters all had far more depth. The dialogue was much more superior. So while I've only seen 2 episodes of Agatha, you can already tell the writing is so much more superior than in something like Secret Invasion or something like Acolyte or something like Ahsoka or something like that. Like, it was just much better. And that gives me, just seeing that they're just getting the fundamentals of good storytelling right, gives me a lot of hope for episodes 3, 4, 5, and 6. Now, I'm not going to get too excited about Agatha All Along, just because I think the first 2 episodes were pretty solid. Because again, Marvel Disney Plus shows tend to start well. I'll get excited once I see episodes 3 and 4 if they maintain that quality level or get better. Then I'll start to get excited about the show.
I think the strength is in the lead of Catherine
Oh,
Hahn.
Catherine, she carries it.
Yeah, she has owned this role, and that gives me more confidence than usual for the rest of the show. She's just perfect. Like, she's become Agatha to me. I can't see her in anything else. The first 2 episodes, she
crushed it.
Yeah, I was entertained by her.
And how good was Aubrey Plaza?
She's a likable asshole. You know what I mean? She's a very revengeful, but very charming in some ways, I think.
And speaking of Catherine Hahn's ass, I never thought I'd see it, but here we are.
I completely forgot.
Oh, you know, that I guess that could be considered a monster. Sorry. So forget that I said that. But I mean, again, it's just, and you know what? And I put up on my Instagram last night, because that Witches Road Coven song was banger.
Yeah.
And I put up on Instagram, I said, Agatha's Coven song 1,000 times better than the Acolyte's Coven song.
Than any other song.
The power of one, the power of two, off to Disneyland we go.
Yeah,
I need to poo. I don't know. It was just everything about the Acolyte. You know what? I need to stop thinking about the Acolyte.
But the best part, I mean, the best feeling for me was during the second episode, I was like, oh, they're going to end like this. And I was like, and they did. And I was disappointed because I wanted to see more.
This is what I said last night.
I wanted to see more.
You want something anecdotal that says this Marvel Disney Plus show is better than a number of the other Disney Plus Marvel shows, is that when episode 2 ended, Ray's first reaction was, oh, they should have launched with 3. Because they launched with 2 episodes. And as soon as the second episode ended, on a little bit of a thing, you know, they find the thing they find. And Ray's like, oh, they should have launched with 3. That right there
is a good thing.
Is a sign that you're watching something better than Secret Invasion.
Right. As opposed to like, well, I'll wait for the next one and we'll get through that.
We want to take a second to thank a sponsor of today's episode, PrizePicks. PrizePicks is America's #1 daily fantasy sports app with over 5 million active members. And PrizePicks is the easiest and most exciting way to play daily fantasy sports. Unlike other apps on PrizePicks, it's just you against the numbers. All you have to do is pick more or less on 2 to 6 players' stat projections and watch the winnings roll in. PrizePicks is the best way to get action on sports in most states, including California, Texas, and Georgia. You see, PrizePicks puts their members first, so all withdrawals are fast, safe, and secure. When my picks hit, I can get my money in as quick as 15 minutes. And I was pleasantly surprised by just how quick and easy it was to get set up and registered and ready to go. Here's a couple of examples of picking your more or less. Tyreek Hill for more than 90 receiving yards, Dak Prescott for more than 263 passing yards, and CeeDee Lamb for more than 96 receiving yards. So guys, download the PrizePicks app today and use the code Campea and get $50 instantly when you play $5. That's code Campea on PrizePicks to get $50 instantly when you play $5. You don't even need to win to receive the $50 bonus. It's guaranteed. PrizePicks. Run your game.
But I'm just afraid that we're right here.
Yeah, maybe. Well, you got 9 episodes to get through.
Yeah. I mean, right. But that's the billion-dollar question, right?
Right.
Okay, so Agatha All Along, I think universally we're seeing, like, it's actually got a 79% critic rating and a 77% audience rating right now. And so it's the general consensus is the show has started solid. The question is, will it fall off a cliff like so many other Marvel Disney Plus shows have? Or will it actually be, you know what? I'm going to go out and say, I believe, I don't know, but I believe it will maintain, because again, just the basic fundamentals of proper storytelling you can see are on display in the first two episodes.
Yeah, that's why I've said in the past, it's like with shows that's a perfect example of Matt and Trey, where it's just like, oh, well, this just happened because it just did. It's in the script. So it's just disjointed, but it just happened. So just believe it. And it frustrates you. There's no linear logical path to it. So that's really good. And I love that this show is show run. So it has an overhead,
Right.
what I mean? So fun fact, it was also one of the last things shot at the Warner Brother Ranch, which is now demolished. So that historical, ranch area in Burbank where they shoot hundreds of movies and shows.
And if I remember correctly, John, when we were doing She-Hulk, I think after the first two episodes, I saw that drop in your enthusiasm as soon as we got to episode 3.
Yeah.
It only picked up when Daredevil came, but it was a small pickup, but you were downhill from there.
Yeah.
So let's hope
start
episode
strong.
3
And
is
by the
not
way,
the same thing.
By the way, hopefully we're in for a doubleheader because the Penguin comes out tonight.
I was gonna say that. I was like, this has nothing to do with Disney and the COO, but it just dawned on me, Penguins tonight.
And that's still holding a 89%.
It's holding an 89% right now.
Oh man, I know what I'm doing tonight. I'm watching Penguin.
What I find strange about this 89% critic rating in the Penguin is it doesn't show how many at all. It just is that.
Oh,
that right?
so you click on step
if
into
you go
reviews?
to it's got 72.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
It's got 72 reviews right now.
That'll update when more come through.
But I am so, if I can be blessed with a truly solid start with Agatha All Along last night and a good solid opening for the Penguin tonight, I will be a happy man.
Well, actually, because I didn't get to watch Agatha yet, so I get to do those 3 today.
You get to do a doubleheader tonight.
And to know Penguin, other than tonight, like I think that new episodes premiere every Sunday.
Yeah, so they're premiering tonight. The sad thing is we then have to wait 10 days because all the other episodes are going to come out on Sunday.
Yeah,
so
House of Dragon
great
style.
news, the Penguin comes out tonight.
Yeah.
Bad news, if we love the episode, we got to wait 10 days for the next episode.
And is that Agatha staying on Wednesdays?
I believe so.
Yeah,
Yeah. All right, guys. Question is for you. We liked the first couple of episodes of Agatha All Along. How did you feel about it? Better than you thought? Not as good as you hoped? Whatever you guys think, jump down to the comment section below and let us know your thoughts. Hey guys, thanks so much for watching this video. Make sure you like the video, leave a comment, and subscribe to our channel. And don't forget, we have a daily podcast called the John Campea Show podcast, available on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or your favorite podcasting app of choice. Go and subscribe to it today so it'll be there when you need it.